Hello, everybody. This is Gary. Today is March 27th, Friday. It is 3:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States in Rochester, New York. And this is a video I wanted to do on white privilege and white guilt. White privilege is the idea that white people have an advantage over people of color in an unfair way. It gives them privileges over people of color in general. In America, that would include African Americans, Native Americans, Latino Americans. Um, the idea of white privilege is that white people have advantages that are unearned, that give them extra power and strength over people of color. Well, that's bullshit. Everything white people have, they built for, they fought for in wars, they worked hard for. Any privileges I have, I worked hard for on my job. Or my father before me, he worked 30 or 40 years at Eastman Kodak Company and raised 10 children successfully. He did it because he worked hard, not because he was white, but because he had a job and he worked hard and educated himself whenever he could on how to take care of 10 children without a mother who died when I was 8. My father was left alone to raise those 10 kids. My father was also a veteran of World War II, so he contributed to the freedom of Asia from Japanese imperialism. Um, so everything that my family has, my father, my brothers and sisters, me, our grandfather, our great grandfather, they all worked for those things. They used hard work, education to lead to success for their families and for their neighborhoods and their cities and their nation. The United States is defined by the U.S. Constitution. I'm not a white nationalist. I don't believe in a white ethnic state. But I know that I'm not going to fall for the trick of being made to feel guilty over white privilege, which is a racist concept from racist, extreme college professors of the far left who want to degrade white people and the things that they've earned. Um, the whole basis of white privilege is that people who are white have advantages that are unearned, that are bestowed onto them automatically just because they're white, which is a racist concept. In the United States, if you want to be successful and make it, even if you're a black person from the inner city with no education, well, then first of all, you don't commit crimes. Then you get an education. Then you work hard, and then you become successful, and then you become equal to all white people who had advantages from their hard work. If you're unwilling to not commit crimes, if you're unwilling to get educated, if you're unwilling to go and work hard, then you don't deserve any privileges. And white people don't owe you anything. We don't owe you anything at all just because you're black or just because we're white or just because somebody's Hispanic or Native American or Latino American. In the United States, the way the Constitution is set up, which evolved over time, yes, there was slavery, but white people paid for slavery in hundreds of thousands when North Union troops were killed by hundreds of thousands trying to end slavery. Most of those soldiers were white. We paid for slavery a long time ago and then some. The whole idea of white privilege is to make white people feel bad about being white and to give things freely to people of color that they did not earn, including affirmative action. White privilege is a racist concept. I completely reject it. And is there an advantage to living in Western countries, including the United States? Yes, like I said, because of the U.S. Constitution gives people freedom of opportunity. It may not have been that way 200 years ago, but it is that way today. If you can't make it in the United States, in the most freest country in the world, for blacks, for whites, for Native Americans, for Latinos, if you can't make it, that's on you. That's not on me because I'm white or I have white privilege. And I also refuse to feel white guilt. I don't owe you anything. I'm very liberal in most things. I'm an atheist. I'm not a religious nut. I'm not a nut of the far right. I'm not a white nationalist who wants a white ethnic state. I am simply saying that I don't owe you people of color a fucking thing just because I'm white and I worked hard.